Starting at the age of 13, I myself suffered from addiction. I had bipolar disorder, and I was not diagnosed. So I spent my whole, really, childhood and adolescence trying to self-medicate. So I was in and out of rehab, in and out of recovery programs. In 2021, I had been clean from drugs for a few years, at that point for about 5 years. I went off my mental health medications to nurse my youngest babe, and I did not understand the importance of restarting them as soon as I stopped nursing. So I had a mental health breakdown. I made terrible choices. I almost ruined our family. My husband and I met with Pastor Danny Cox, and he looked at me and he said, "Shauna, you need Celebrate Recovery. I am going to get a hold of the ministry leader there, and she will be there waiting for you." For the first time in my life, I was willing to do whatever it took. When I walked in the door the first night, and I was so nervous, I knew once I crossed that threshold, my life would never be the same. And so I slinked along the wall, and I thought I was gonna slink right back out. But I got intercepted. She sat me down in the pew and just put her arms around me and said, "It's gonna be okay." I felt like I had permission to not to be okay for the first time in my life. This person was telling me, "You're not okay, and that's where you need to be." And that weight was lifted off of my shoulders, and I was ready. I made a promise to God. If He asked, I was going to say yes for the rest of my life. Anything He asked of me. And I felt the tug on my heart to be baptized, to proclaim the difference in my life. And I came out of the water, got dried off, came out after the service, and an older couple stopped me in the lobby. And they said, "It is just so powerful to hear how you started following Jesus and immediately said yes. I pray for peace, for joy, for gentleness. Every day is a new day. And I get to choose to be gentle with my kids or be joyful with my husband." My whole life, I thought I could manifest those. Well, I wasn't trying to be joyful enough, or I wasn't trying to be gentle enough. I had failed yet again, and I had freaked out on the kids, or had an episode of road rage and yelled and honked at the guy in front of me. I'm coming to realize that I don't get those by trying. I get those by continually strengthening my relationship with Jesus. I had believed in God my whole life, but when I entered Celebrate Recovery and started doing a step study, I learned how to walk with Jesus. I walked in and met people who taught me what codependency was, an underlying negative coping mechanism I would not have noticed. I also met people who were struggling with anxiety or who were struggling with broken trust. Celebrate Recovery isn't just a recovery program for me. It is what I think Jesus truly designed the church to be. Everybody is broken, and everybody embraces that. Celebrate Recovery is here for the newcomer who has finally said, "I'm human, I'm broken, and I want to learn how Jesus can uplift me."
I love Shauna and her family, and I'm so incredibly grateful for the work that God has done, not only in her life, but how He is now using her to impact the lives of others, not just in the CR community in Kensington, but beyond that. And I know CR and the 12-step program is something that is very important to you and your family, Jeremiah.
It's so personal to us and my family because, number one, I agree with Shauna that this is an effective work that the church gets to be part of, people finding freedom from bondage and addictions. But number two, it hits home. This was my mom's story. This was our family story. Years of alcoholism and finally finding freedom in Jesus and a beautiful community like a Celebrate Recovery, and that changed our whole family legacy forever. And so I can't even imagine if we didn't have the opportunity to do this. I think it's one of the greatest things we get to be part of at our church. Things like Celebrate Recovery, things like divorce recovery, things like grief share. Our care ministries are some of the most powerful things that we get to be part of. They're amazing.
And God does something in these ministries every single week, truly life-transforming things that only He can do. And this is only possible because of your generosity and because of your open-handedness. And so this Christmas season, we want every single person who is watching this to prayerfully consider giving a year-end Christmas gift to Kensington so this type of work can continue. And so thank you so much for considering this. Thank you so much for taking the time to pray about this as well.
Yes, thank you. And we want to wish you a very happy Thanksgiving and a very, very Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays, everyone.